You artists on this app have an amazing opportunity to build something grand. I'm Liz. I help artists grow their art accounts. The way I do this is with art account audit. Artists sign up in my link, fill out a Google form. I give them tailored advice for just them. And the great thing about this being for just you, the advice is not one size fits all. Yes, you can take clippets from each audit and adjust it to your own liking, but the main benefit is that you get an outside perspective from someone who's been doing this for a while, and I can tell you exactly what you need. Today's account is Wilson.Graphics. Like many of us, Xavier wants to combine passion. He's an architecture student, and he would love to combine his hobby with his work. Overall, I think he's lacking confidence and general knowledge on how to film and edit his videos. One thing that was not evident in his content was the architecture side of things, but I did see plenty of the art. We're just in this totally gray area where your style's not defined yet, and content's still new enough that you also don't necessarily know where you want to be with that. So this video is going to be more about editing fundamentals and batch filming. That way it's not as stressful as a process, and it's a system that you can build on. I see that you are a storyteller, and while the stories are not getting across the way you're thinking right now, I can see that you have it in you to be able to get there. This is your 3-step easy filming and editing process. Here's the piece of advice I always give that seems to be controversial. Film your voiceover first. Film your voiceover first. In fact, film it just like this, talking to the camera. Even though you are not going to show your face on camera, it still helps you build confidence in your tone, pitch, storytelling ability, because then in TikTok, we can do an overlay. Ideally, if you're doing a screen recording video, you are actually screen recording instead of just using the video from Procreate. Be sure that it is a real-time recording of your painting and drawing process, or at least snippets of it. Now, while you are a beginner, it probably is easier to just record the whole thing and then parse down from there. As you become more experienced, you're going to know to just hit that record button a couple of times, get a couple of really good looking strokes in, and then move on from there. Third is the editing process. Now, I've seen that you've put music in some of your videos, but it kind of has like an awkward fade in, or it's just overpowering what you're actually saying, and overall just doesn't fit what's happening in the video. This is by no means the only way to edit a video, but this is the way that I have enjoyed the most, what I see is popular on TikTok, and I have actually received the most followers, feedback, comments, the whole thing. You've got your step 1, your voice is in there, video view is in there. You're going to add your video as an overlay, your actual artwork. Now, if you want to talk about your actual artwork, that is fine, but I actually do recommend you talk about something that's not exactly what's happening in the video. Because if you're talking about what is happening in the video, we get bored. Brains turn off. Exhibit A. Here you can see I'm drawing a cat. It's a black cat with a little bit of white on him. I guess you would call him a tuxedo cat. I'm layering grass over top of him. Oh yeah, I also layered some of the grass behind him, and I put some of these white dots to make it look like queen lace flowers. Between my slow tone and what I was actually saying in comparison to the painting, it's boring. You don't want to watch that. Now let's try on option B. What's it with girls with having that mean cat, but it's like the sweetest girl ever? I'm talking about like she's blonde, blue-eyed, she's giggly, bubbly, bubblegum pink. Her cat is black cat, bright yellow eyes, hates everybody, but he loves her. It's fast, it's snappy, you're watching the painting going on, and you're still talking about cats, so it's related to the painting in a way, but you're not talking about what you are doing. You're not walking us through a step by step. We can see what you're doing. Me personally, I do edit a lot inside of TikTok. It's just very easy. It's native to the app. I don't have to wait a lot of time for things to load. There are, of course, downsides. You don't get to keep your original footage. And if you ever want to re-download it, it is downgraded. However, it's quick, it's easy. You can just do it on the spot. And that's what I like about it. The thing about having your art already filmed is that all you need really is a new voiceover every time, and you can re-edit that same raw footage to a new voiceover. That's how huge accounts like Lowercase Spain do this. With everything inside of whatever editing tool you choose, most of them are the same. You are just going to clip your video to make sense with the voiceover, because the voiceover is the main story. That's what people are going to be following. And if you lose big chunks of the process, that's fine, because the human mind is powerful and can infer what happened in between. If you started drawing a patch of flowers over here and finished drawing it over here, we can assume that you drew all of those flowers in between. We don't have to see you draw all of them in between. So remember, voiceover, overlay, edit to the voiceover. Next thing I want to talk about is how you're starting your videos in general, the hooks. A lot of your videos start with, so you've lost me. And even looking at your grid, most of the videos are the exact same, which it's fine if you're using the exact same, but if I'm a new person going over to your grid to see what you're all about, I'm really just not getting a lot of information. Now, when you were talking to me, you said that you were an architecture student. Before I got onto your account, I assumed I was going to see a lot of architecture, a lot of clean lines, geometric stuff, but from what I saw, I did not see a connection or correlation between architecture and what you are drawing right now. And it is fine to have two passions. I have 150 passions. But the thing is, you have to organize it so people know what to expect from you. Now, you can talk about architecture in your videos. You don't even have to connect what you're drawing at all to what you're saying. But also, you could draw architecture and add in some of these fantasy elements that you are painting and drawing. That to say is you might accidentally be creating a disconnect between what you think you are doing and what the audience actually sees. I would refine down your messaging to either or find a way to combine the two. Because the UVP I made for you before I ever saw your account, I provide a meditative, technical, precise look at the art of drawing to help aspiring creators master the craft one line at a time. But the thing is, like, I don't think that you do that. In fact, I would more akin you to fantasy illustrator. So I made a UVP that kind of combines both of your worlds. Bringing fantasy to life with architectural precision, I help world builders and fans see the structure behind the magic through technical illustration. This way, it drives the point that you are an illustrator, but you have that technical background. But my challenge to you is to bring up architecture more. After you've implemented these changes, please let me know in the Discord how it's going. And for anyone else interested in an art account audit, the sign up is in my link. I am running a little bit behind because I got locked out of my Ko-Fi, but I'm catching back up quickly.